feel like we need some Greek food.
I know, right? Hi, this
Who's
is
got the
Kim.
baklava?
We need some baklava, right? So this is Kim. I'm recording another episode of Palms Up. And Palms Up, I got this from yoga, because this is a move that means staving off fear. And Jazz Hands does that too, except in a different way.
Move.
And so I feel if we're in fear, we don't make good decisions. I want to talk about how we can be palms up during the pandemic. So I wanted to talk to Jimmy. That's it. You got it. Exactly. So Jimmy, please introduce yourself.
I am Jimmy Comer. I feel like I should be singing Diana Ross, Stop in the Name of Love, but I am Jimmy Comer, owner of RBI Services and Community First, a nonprofit support company.
Woohoo! Excellent.
And we are located in the outskirts of beautiful downtown Ashland.
Woo-woo!
So, like right out my window there is Mechanicsville. So when I see the outskirts, I mean the outskirts. We're barely hanging on.
I didn't know you were on the border.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're the Welcome Center.
So with all the awesome stuff that you do with and for nonprofits, how has all this impacted you with the Corona coming to town?
So the Corona coming to town, it's been interesting in that there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of concern, a lot of fear, and people are just looking for some guidance and some reassurance, and just something will come up tomorrow, and we come together, it will make a difference. So I've had a lot of questions. RBI, we accounting, I don't do that. That's boring. That's Chris's side.
That's Chris.
Then we do insurance, and that's what Community First does, is but specializing for the nonprofits. And it's been a lot of what ifs. I mean, a lot of keeping Google up and reading the Washington Post updates once an hour and the Times Dispatch once an hour, because this is such a fluid event.
Yeah.
Those of us who are 40 and older, I can't wait nothing. We have been warning our nonprofit clients that there is a recession coming.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be more like a hurricane recession, one that we can see coming. Let's get prepared. What are you doing? And this one's more like a tornado dropped out of the sky. None of us could see this coming. I think that's what's created so much anxiety. I mean, right now, if I could go back 6 weeks, I would be investing heavily in paper product companies. Because
no fooling, right?
hand sanitizer, paper product companies, and chicken. You can't find chicken anywhere, but
oh, really?
I got lucky yesterday. I finally found a pack of chicken, and I was, like, whoo! I didn't know if I should go around and go, comrade chicken, but it's just that mankind it likes normalcy. We like unexpected things, and for something like this with so much uncertainty, I think it's raised anxiety levels for sure. And it's the thing is, the way I'm kind of looking at it is there's opportunities now.
Yeah.
One of the things it's making me do, we're a little over 2 years old now, is to look at the last 2 years. How did we build this? And there's some areas I need to make some corrections in, and that's what we're doing. You and I were talking a little bit earlier. I call this, let's turn this turd into a diamond. And
Love
That's
that.
what, it's being ready. Right now, when I talk to so many people, it's almost like they'd rather stay in bed and pull the sheet over their head, and it's like that's not going to solve anything. So, my nonprofit clients, especially, they're near and dear to me, as you're more than aware, and just trying to give them the reassurance we're going to be okay. You know, we're doing video chats with them now, and hey, and one of the things I talked about was looking at who has employees right now and who has a need, and you guys work together. Reallocate the
Oh,
resources,
that's awesome.
because to me there's three levels of nonprofits. There's the human need nonprofits, so the food pantries, the shelters. Then there are support groups. So take my nonprofit, the Ford Foundation, where we help provide child care assistance for working single moms.
Yeah.
Life has become very interesting. We want to keep her the job, especially now. We don't want her getting laid off. We don't want to give anybody a reason to lay her off. So I kind of share that second level. And then there's the third level. I know every nonprofit's important, but it's not a necessity or something to support those necessities.
Right.
And those are you maybe have some extra capacity to go help at the food bank, answer the phones at the shelters, to be able to give some direction. So
Excuse me. Yeah.
good job. Cough it into that arm.
Good
All right.
I wanted to bring up something that you had mentioned when we were talking before this was I hadn't thought about the fact that the kiddos who are fixing to, I guess they're in high school right now, were actually born around the time of 9/11.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting. I'm wondering if they're probably going to be another greatest generation.
In a lot of ways, I love my history, and that's kind of the analogy I make, that the way this hit, it's just like 9/11. And my youngest daughter, who you've met, she was born in August 2002, 11 months after 9/11.
Yeah.
Her older sister was pre 9/11, and it's just kind of interesting watching the difference between the two of them.
Yeah.
And how, even in their younger days, and now all of a sudden these guys are in the shadows of the virus, going into their adult years. And it's they were born into the 9/11 era, and they're going into adulthood coronavirus era. And I think it's on generations to show them, hey, everything's gonna be good, it's gonna be fine. And you do have the chance to be like your grandparents.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's, I love being Gen Xer, but
Yeah.
favorite generation is actually the greatest generation, with what they overcame and did for to make our lives better. So
Oh, most definitely. So,
yeah.
My last question is, what do you think we can learn from this as this is unfolding?
What's been interesting, I've seen some people. I haven't seen it as much as I like, but people are starting to work together again.
Yeah.
We're starting to see some 9/11 style coming together. I mean, one of my favorite things to watch on Facebook is somebody goes, "I've got a 96 pack of toilet paper. Message me if you need toilet paper." It's like that's kind of funny, but it's still, that's what we're here for. It's been interesting in watching us very aware of the vulnerable in our society, the elderly, the older boomer and their parents. And we're sitting there saying, hey, you know what? Grocery stores need to be for each day. Give it to them.
Right.
Dollar General stores have adopted that. So for us to be able to sit there and see beyond ourselves, that's an encouraging thing. But again, back to my history, good times don't last forever, bad times don't last forever. And when we all put our head down on our pillow, we're one day closer to the good times again.
Yeah, there we go. That's awesome. So very cool. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. And now I also have to admit my ADHD self has been watching the cat over your shoulder, doing the
Oh,
dance. Up in,
yeah.